Good morning, it's Barbara. It is a beautiful day outside, which is a good thing since we will be outside for a lot of the day. And I'm going out now. Good morning, it's Barbara. Thank you for joining me for coffee. I am wearing this hat because my hair is terrible, not because I need it, because it's really pretty lovely out here. The first sips of coffee. Whew. So, the cleaning crew is coming today. I'm very excited to have the house clean. Aura's been up since 6, straightening up her area. And so I have work to do in the house. Because, of course, I didn't do nearly as much as I was supposed to do yesterday. Because, you know, that's how I roll. You know me very, very well. But when last we saw our heroine, she was just going to talk to you about the yarn that she bought at Maryland Sheep Wool. And I will do that. Now, I had 2 assignments. I had 2 things on my shopping list. I had the contrast color to my Sylvester. And the secondary color, this is my Sylvester by Anna Strick. And this is a mosaic pattern of a contrast color. I'll show you my swatch. Here's my swatch, and I did it in green. I did it with a mini, but here's my swatch. Proof of concept, sort of, can I do it? Do I want to do it? Do I like the way it looks, given my yarn? Now, my first yarn is Laine du Nord Dolly Max yarn. And this is superwash, just superwash wool. But it feels really lovely. It's soft and fluffy. It's DK, I think. Worsted. I'm sorry. I shouldn't do that because I know I'm not going to edit this. It's a worsted weight in just this beigey color. So I'm going to try to do that. I wish my printer was working better. I'm, trying to kind of replicate her sweater. So it's the beige with the contrasting color. So this is what the knitting is going to look like on the sweater. It's going to be so soft and squishy. But I needed something soft that I would like because the floats and stuff are all going to be against my skin, and so I wanted something lovely. And it takes 2 skeins, and I could not find 2 skeins of something that I wanted to use in my stash. My problem is I don't have quite enough yarn, because a lot of times, most of the time when I'm buying fingering, this is the yarn I showed you yesterday that Juanita spun me. I'm usually just buying 1 skein of a fingering when I'm buying a fingering. So there you go. So I had seen some yarn in my local yarn shop, and somebody asked me, how does this yarn compare? It's very similar because it felt like really what I wanted. But I got this from, oh my gosh, Miss Babs. I don't know if you've ever been to, maybe I told you this story yesterday, if you've been to a fabric yarn show or a sheep and wool show that Miss Babs was at, the lines to check out are out the door. I mean, they have special provisions at Rhinebeck for people and where the line to check out. I mean, I've never bought Miss Babs at a sheep and wool show, because I am not going to stand in line for 45 minutes to pay. I mean, because that's how ridiculous it is. I mean, just around the corner, down the hall, down the road. I mean, really crazy. So I walk by the Miss Babs booth, and the 2 checkout ladies are standing there with nothing to do. I mean, not just a short line. They were both sitting there talking to each other because nobody was checking out. And I made a comment to them that I've never seen such a thing. And she says, oh, well, our booth is bigger. It's easier to get in and everything. It's not the point. The point isn't, that it was hard to shop, although it was. This was a much easier booth to shop in. The problem was you couldn't check out. Anyway, so I stopped and looked at the yarn, and I bought Miss Babs yarn for my contrasting color. It is Beautiful Dreamer. Oh, I hope I got the same one. I didn't even look at the name. That's a pretty name. Anyway, so this is my contrasting color. So I will be having bright teals, blues, reds, not reds, purples and violet. Well, that's more of a cranberry, but these are the little spots that are going to show through on the sweater are going to be these colors. And this yarn is very similar in color story to the yarn at the local yarn shop that I had seen. Now, obviously I don't have any idea how big the stripes are or any of that stuff. But anyway, this is the contrast color for my Sylvester. So no more excuses, except I'm getting to the point where I don't feel like I need an excuse. If you know what I mean. So anyway, that's the contrasting color for my Sylvester. So then my other mission, should I have accepted it, is I'm going to make the Shima sweater. And I have the main color. I think it seems to be the bigger side takes 3 skeins and the smaller side takes 2 skeins. So that's the proportion of the 2 colors. And I have the 3 colors because I had already got some yarn that I had in mind that I was going to make a sweater out of, which is why I had 3 of them. And this is from Less Traveled Yarns, and I showed you this the other day. And I got the second color, and I got this from Yarn Days, and it was one of the, it's the only actual yarn booth that I took video of. It was Yarn Days, and this is the color that I got. I am apparently in a pink magenta stage of life because that's what I decided on. I'm so excited. This is going to be so pretty. Don't you think? So I got 2 of those, and that is all I bought. And lamb shish kebabs. So there we go. This is my Shima. So those are the 2 colors for my Shima. When I'm gonna make these, I have no idea because I haven't knit for a week. I had that big burst of energy. I knit so much on Isabel's sweater, and then I got to the place where I had to think about it, and I didn't. But I did bring Isabel's sweater out here because we're gonna be out here when the cleaning people are doing the house, and so I thought, well, maybe I'll just knit. I could do that. Yeah. So that's what I bought at Maryland Sheep and Wool. 2 sweaters. And 4 skeins. But I had such a lovely time. It was so good to see everybody. It is so beautiful out here. We were out here yesterday for a couple of hours, sitting at an Aura's chairs and enjoying the weather. And yeah, and we will be out this afternoon, or yeah, I think they're coming around noon. But meanwhile, I have straightening to do, of course. I've got the upstairs ready, and they start upstairs, so I have time. I have, you know, more time because I can be straightening downstairs while they're cleaning upstairs. But I do have to get going, so I don't think I will be editing this. I will just send it up into the universe with my love and my affection and gratitude for your company. Thank you so much for joining me. Please take good care of yourselves. Please, please, please. Stay safe and stay sane.